Just curled right out and went to the open
again,
spot.
They're going to get killed on this unless they spread out a little bit, though. And that was an offense. Nobody was spread from the offense. There were no split ends on the offense. The only guy out there was the slot back that they had to watch, and they put both of those tight ends into the pattern, and one crisscrossed over, and that was it. All right, Ryan Wynn to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Farinato. He puts it up, and it looks like it is good, and it is, because my laser eyes are never wrong, and it's wrong. He did not get it. 13-7 Red Tornadoes, and I'm taking these laser eyes back to Walmart and getting a refund, because I should have known that $3.99 for laser eyes is just not enough. But all right, the score 13-7 Red Tornadoes at the 2:09 mark of the first quarter.
Yeah, on the touchdown, the second touchdown, the most recent one, Washleski throws again. The linemen, the running backs, they form a nice pocket that he can stand in. And again, if you're going to bring that blitz, you're going to be vulnerable to the pass. Yep. And as you keep the running backs in, the line holds it, does their job, and it just gives Washleski that extra half a second to find Kwiatkowski in the back of the end zone.
All right, Langton gets ready to kick it off. So far, guys, this is what we're just talking about. Washleski's 4 of 7 for 98 yards, and we're still in the first quarter. They're going to have to spread out a little bit. Yeah, and Jimmy's just pointing out we're passing for 113 yards a game. He's got 98 already.
In less than 10 minutes.
So, again, they play such a tight defense. I still think they have to move out a little bit. All right, Langton says he's ready. Again, Mochney and Smarkanik down deep. Very high kick. In the field a long time. It's taken by an up man down there, and that looks like it's number 20 on that got the ball.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Garrett Grove, and Grove will be brought down over the 30-yard line out at the
Christian
33.
Kelly, number 51, making the stop that time for the Tornadoes.
Number 20, Garrett Grove on the return for the Spartans. Making the hit for the Red Tornadoes, number 52.
And again, you could see on the replay there, Kelly's going to make the initial contact, but not surprisingly, Deuceman's in there on that play as well.
Oh, yeah, well, he's been all over the place on special teams this year. All right, 1st and 10, they go in an I formation, Smarkanik in front of Mochney. now.
You said the Spartans had 72 yards of total offense, and the Smarcanic run was what?
Was the whole, yeah,
62.
was 60, yeah, 64 of them. 64 of them.
64.
So, yeah, he has the bulk of the offense right now. All right.
And I think probably the other 8 were on the completion.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. 2 plays accounted for everything. 2nd down and 9 now for the Red Tornadoes. Washleski's in the shotgun. This time it's a pitch to Klingerman, trying to get him outside, and he actually does, and Klingerman's still on his feet. Klingerman up over midfield out to the 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes knocked out of bounds finally by Grigas, but a big run for, and again, that's, yeah, they're trying to get around that 4-4 by pitching him outside of it a little bit.
Tanner Dean, number 54, tried his best to reach out and to grab Klingerman, but he just couldn't. He missed him just by a couple inches.
Yeah, that was a nice play, though. Again, you're trying to loosen this defense up a little bit. They're all stuck on the within 3 yards of the ball here.
In a sense, that's almost more of a high percentage swing pass.
Right, exactly, yeah, pretty much, yep. All right, we'll stay in that shotgun formation. He has one guy here that is short side. Now he goes in motion. That's Verano, so he'll have 3 guys out to his right side. And the flag down right away, so they're going to stop the play.
Penalty flag on the play.
So it'll be first, I think, 15 probably.
Yeah, I think they're going to say Verano turned up field.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
early.
he turned up before the snap, so.
And he's just excited. The last time they ran that play, he caught a touchdown pass.
Pretty much. Yeah, a lot of pressure on that defensive backfield. Of course, with 2 freshmen back there, that's going to happen.
Well, they took number 2 out, Marlowe. I didn't see who they replaced.
Now, let me see who they line up there. They got Motsney back there now. Okay, so Motsney, McSurdy, and Grigas, number 7. Grigas still the freshman. Grigas more the safety.
Smarcanic's the corner on the other side, and that's where the freshman came out of.
All right, Verano goes in motion across the formation, and again, it's going to be a run by Washleski, and again, well defensed by the Spartans. That's number 54 down there on the stop, Dean again. So Dean having a nice game defensively in the middle there.
You have to make sure you say Tanner Dean because 76 is Paul Dean.
Well, you're right, yeah. Yeah, seems like there's been a lot of Deans in this team over the years, too. But it is Tanner making all the noise down there, number 54. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 14 now on the 1-yard gain. Again, the quarterback sneak thing is not going to work as well, I don't think, tonight.
Well, they send the lead block up through them hole, and the only problem is there's more than one guy that needs to be sealed.
All right. Again, they take Verano in motion across. He has everybody out to the wide side of the field now. Plenty of time.
He's got Doom.
He's got Verano, and Verano catches it. Verano down to the 15-yard line.
Great pass.
What a pass by Washleski, folks.
And number 12, Matt
Smarcanic was the guy trying to cover, but it's tough to cover that pass. Watch.
Could not cover him, but it split.
Watch how on the mark that one. He's standing right in the way there, but right on the mark. I mean, it's hard to defense that kind of a pass. The ball will be placed down at the 14-yard line of the Spartans. It's 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes. Langton now into the lineup. Klingerman comes out.
Robbie Veranos, once you get him in motion like that, he's putting the speed on, and he's so hard to defend.
I'll talk about this in a second here. Another pass play down the field, and it's the big guy, Juraski. And Juraski's going to take it down to the 5-yard line. It'll bring it up down about, let's see, he's going to be about a yard short probably of the first down.
A nice tackle by McSurdy in the open field.
Yeah, it was. Well, the good thing he had there was Juraski didn't have a head of steam on him. He was turned a little bit. I mean, you don't want Juraski to be coming at you in full stride because that's where things can turn really ugly.
He was doing a drag across the field. That's what he was doing, about 5 yards down. Comes out of the tight end position and just drags across the middle. And Washleski hit him.
He's 2nd down and 1 now from the 5 for the Red Tornadoes. He puts the tight end in motion, and it's going to be Langton. And Langton makes a nice cut. Now Langton will pick up the first down finally, I believe. It's Gallagher who made the stop. Now Langton needed to make that cut a little quicker, and he would have went in. Now it's first and goal from the 3. They'll put the Langton's carry down to the 3-yard line, so it'll be 1st and goal from the 3. All right, now we put Lesko in there along with Klingerman, so this looks like it'll be an I formation for the Red Tornadoes, or a split backfield, depending on which one they want to go, and it's going to be a split backfield. Now, this is going to, you're right, we're all thinking this is going to be a pass play the way it's lined up.
No, that worked
No,
out.
it's not going to be. It's going to
Nope.
be.
Oh,
and a
boy.
fumble! Fumble on the play. The two guys,
Klingerman has it.
Verano and Klingerman ran into each other
Yep.
in the backfield. The ball popped out. Now, it is going to be Red Tornado ball, but what a mess that play was.
That was a reverse. That was a double
Ooh.
reverse.
Ooh.
One going to Klingerman the first time, and then coming back to Verano, coming to the left and towards the Tornado bench.
Now, the ball all the way back to the 13-yard line, so it's going to be first and goal, or second and goal from the 13. That was a mess, that play.
Yeah, I wasn't able to catch the number, but there was a Spartan that got in the backfield and got into both Verano
Right.
and Klingerman. That really blew that play up.
I don't know how they didn't recover the ball. I'm surprised they didn't come up with it. All right, we'll stay in a shotgun formation now for Wasilewski. Looks downfield, he keeps it.
Keeper.
And
Yeah.
again, they are not going to let Wasilewski carry the ball tonight. They are just absolutely certain they're not. That's going to be Gownley 40 getting off and Dean again.
And Dean, yep.
So they are not going to let him run.
7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first half.
2 yards on the play.
So it's going to be third and goal from the 15.
This set of downs started. First and goal
On the,
from
on the three.
three.
Yeah, first and goal on the 3, and now it's third and goal from the 15. So it's blown up
Mhm.
completely here.
You see that? You try to get a little tricky down near the goal line.
All right, Klingerman, the lone back now in the backfield. Wasilewski will go under center. He has a twins formation, and now he brings Juraski in motion across. Juraski goes downfield. He looks downfield, and it's going to be knocked incomplete. He was trying to hit Kwiatkowski. A nice play down there for the Spartans by Garrett Grove.
Yeah, you saw even where Kwiatkowski, where he took the contact by Grove, and a nice play. That was made at about the 10-yard line. So even at that point,
right,
that's only about a 3 or 4 yard
right.
pickup.
Yeah, you weren't going to do much on that play. You're right. So it's going to bring up a fourth down now for the Red Tornadoes.
Everybody should have been in the end zone.
Yeah, I always wonder about that, especially in a
screaming
short
and
pass.
yelling.
There's no way that you're gonna. I mean, you had to get down to the goal line. There's no other
Yep.
way, and you just don't do it on that kind of a play.
And Kwiatkowski was double covered that time.
All right, fourth down for the Red Tornadoes. They come out. Wasilewski is going to be in a shotgun now. Take a look at this operation here, guys. Got one guy on the wrong side, and they got a call timeout again. They couldn't line up in the right spot in the the 6th game of the season, and they can't line up in their 7th game. They can't line up in the right position. So the Red Tornadoes take their second timeout here of the half. They have one left, 7:14 remaining here. And I'll remind everybody while we take this timeout, Supper Club is every Thursday night for the Red Tornadoes at 6:15, back room of Matucci's. Come back there. You can come one night, come all night, doesn't matter to us, and you get to enjoy everything there is to know about Red Tornado football. There's going to be 4 players there every week. We had last night we had the senior members of the WKMC TV crew. That was a special moment, of course, for me, and had them stand up and be recognized. They all got sweatshirts. The next 3 or 4 weeks, we'll start seeing senior band members coming past us, and they'll be honored along with the football players. So it's really a great night. Takes about an hour and a half tops, sometimes not even that much. And you still get home by 8 o'clock to watch the football games and everything else. So you get a chance, stop down and visit with the Red Tornadoes, Coach Steve Francesco and Coach Aronsfield usually there. Coach Aronsfield had to run it last night, did a very good job. I was impressed with him. Not surprised, just impressed. All right, shotgun formation for the Red Tornadoes. 4th down. Wasilewski throws a quick pass. He's looking for Duran in the end zone, and that is going to be a penalty. I knew it was going to be a penalty.
Yeah.
He never turned around. He
Smartanic never.
Yeah, he just never turned around. Now, I wasn't
And
sure
he
if
did
Duran
catch the
caught
ball.
it. Duran caught it.
And he caught it.
That's a touchdown. I thought he caught it too, but he didn't say anything.
Nope.
I mean, I think it's a touchdown. I'm not sure how it could be.
Touchdown. He caught it.
Hold on, now they're going to have another conversation. See, he threw the flag, but I don't think he waited to see if he caught it before the flag went down.
I think those
Let's see,
Seattle
this'll-
Green Bay jokes are make more sense this week than last week.
This is going to be an interesting call because I thought he caught it. I don't think Coach Steve Francesco is going to be too happy about this call whatsoever. Now, either way, it's first down. I mean, it's going to be first down from around the 1 yard line, but he caught the ball in the end zone. It's a catch. I don't know how they missed it. I mean, this time they just missed it. There's no other way around it, guys. He just missed the call. And he was standing 2 feet from him. So they're still explaining it to Coach DeFrancesco, and he's pretty much not going to buy into this at all. So
they can explain that as many times as
it's not
they
going
want.
to work. Now let me see where they actually put the ball down at here. It was interference in the end zone. It was a 4th down play. So it's first down, but from where, I don't know. Let me put it down first and see where they put it down at. But here you see, here's the replay, folks. Well, here it is right here and there. Well, you know what? I don't know if he did when he rolled. I want to say I don't know that now. It's hard to tell when he rolled over on it if they count that as a catch. Because the guy he threw the flag before the play was over. You know, I mean, he saw the interference right away, and he did see that. And maybe he was closer than me, so I'm going to take that back and say, okay. The ball was placed down at the 7 yard line. So it's first, half. You're very good.
Thank you.
So it's going to be first and goal from the 7 for the Red Tornadoes, and they're in an I formation. And it's going to be Klingerman. And Klingerman darts his way through, and Klingerman makes a big run inside the 5 yard line down to around the 2. Yep, 2 yard liner. So Gownley getting off the bottom of the pile down there for the Spartans, but a big run by Klingerman inside. The first really good run inside they had.
And the Red Tornadoes kind of learned their lesson on that one a little bit. First and goal from the 7. They figure let's line them up and pound it up the middle.
Perhaps we don't need to do a lot of fancy things. Let's just put it in the end zone. There's 6:40 remaining in the second quarter, folks. The Red Tornadoes threatening from the 3 yard line. They're up 13-7. Those of you just joining us out on the internet. And we stay in an I formation. And now Kwiatkowski goes in motion. We go the other way, and it's going to be Klingerman, and Klingerman takes it down to the 1 yard line. Tanner Dean, number 54, making the stop. Once again, he's all over the field for the Spartans tonight.
And it looked like they had almost a misdirection there. They overloaded the right side of the field, sending Kwiatkowski in motion, and tried to come back to the left side. And the North Schuylkill defense sniffed that one out, and we're waiting for Klingerman.
All right, 3rd down and goal from inside the 1 yard line now for the Red Tornadoes. And they stay in an I formation. This time in the I formation, it's Beierschmidt in front of Klingerman. He puts Verano in motion across the formation, long count, and we're going to go with Klingerman again, and Klingerman darts it into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes at the 5:35 mark of the second quarter. It is 19-7 now with the extra point to attempt. We'll see if they're going to go for 2 or not here.
You see, they ran
They are going to go for 2.
Klingerman that time further to the outside. They tried to stay away from the inside between the tackles. He did get to the outside and picked up the extra yard or so for the touchdown.
So they're going to go for 2 here now to get it back to 21 if they can. Wasilewski will go into a shotgun. He has Beierschmidt standing with him. He has a twins formation. 2 guys right, 2 guys left. And it's a keeper. And Wasilewski tries to put it in the end zone. Hey, he's still on his feet, though. And he's not going to put it in, though. They will not let this quarterback run. They are positive of that now, is that they are watching him like a hawk, and it's turned away. The score remains 19-7. And again, at some point, you need to break away from that. From now, you don't need that in this game. Break away from that and start using some other plays, because they're just all over him right now. And that center, between the 2 guards in the center on the North Schuylkill side of the ball is just very tough. I mean, Dean is just controlling it down there.
Save for the long pass plays by the Red Tornado offense, really North Schuylkill's done a nice job of bottling up the excitement, the playmakers.
Well, I mean, again, that's what they're designed right now. The defense is absolutely designed to stop the run. They're saying we're going to stop it. They can't stop the pass. Not the way they're lined up. It's just not going to happen. They're not fast enough in that defensive backfield to stop the pass play. It's just not going to happen.
And, I mean, again, just talking about looking at film and statistics and things like that, we have the numbers right here. Red Tornadoes averaging, twice as many yards on the ground as they are passing the football. So you would have just, let's stack it up and make you beat us through the air. And unfortunately for the Spartans, that's exactly what the Red Tornadoes are doing.
That's what they're doing to them. So, again, they're going to have to adjust, or maybe not. I mean, sometimes you don't. I don't know.
He'll look at the old adage. On offense, I'm going to keep on doing it until you stop me.
Oh, yeah.
I'd keep on throwing the flat pass.
Langton's a nice kick by Langton, goes inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be Motsney coming up the field, and Motsney buried right away by Kwiatkowski, I think, 83. Makes the stop for the Red Tornadoes, and he stops them down at the 25-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Spartans. Actually, the guy that really set Gilger was on the sideline and actually stood his ground, and he saw Gilger, so that made him hesitate and step inside. And as he stepped inside, Kwiatkowski was running him down by that time, and it went down. But Gilger was in the exact spot he was supposed to be on the coverage that time. All right, Spartans come out, and they're in an I formation. It's Marcanic in front of Motsney. And it's going to be Motsney, and Motsney going to drive upfield for about 5. He takes it up to about the 30-yard line. Oh, I'm sorry, no, he doesn't get up that far. The rest of them were up at the 30, but he's actually at the 27.
Yeah, he didn't get that far.
No, he went 29. Okay, he got further than I thought. I couldn't tell where they were putting the ball down at, but yeah, about 4 yards on the play. 2nd and 6. Now 2nd and 7. I have a hard time with this one. I got to go back to the drawing board. My laser, once I turn the laser eyes off because I want to get the warranty back, I'm floundering.
You're floundering with them.
All right, out of the I formation again. This time Grieg is on an option play, and he pitches it out to Motsney, and Motsney getting some running room, and Motsney down along the sideline. Motsney's free. It's going to take the big guy, and he doesn't get it. Motsney takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans.
Got him around to the outside, and they had good blocking all the way.
And they got exactly what the Red Tornadoes try to get. You get your speed guys to that edge and let them outrun the defense.
I'll tell you what, Juraski almost chased him down. Did you see
that?
Yeah, he
did.
He almost chased him down. My goodness.
A half a step, and Juraski would have tackled him on the 5.
Give the ball carrier credit on that one. Juraski had the angle. It started off, he had the angle, and it was too much over that kind of distance. He was able to outrun him.
All right, the big guy, Saneka, coming in, number 67. He kicks out of the hold down there of Marlowe, number 2. He's going to put that up, and he missed it. I don't know what happened there, but he's definitely missed it far to the left. So the score 19-13 now, Red Tornadoes. But, you got to wonder about this defense now. They let 2 big run plays go through them. They've got to tighten this up a little bit. Again, it's not going to be a pass from the Spartans that beat you. It just isn't going to be. They're going to run the ball at you.
They're going to run at you. And they were both different plays, one up the middle and one to the outside.
Yep, they're going to have to tighten it up. All right, deep for the Red Tornadoes will be Gilger and Langton. Klingerman not in the lineup for the kickoff return, at least not now anyway. And again, they're bringing him back slowly. You can see that.
And you see, rather than throw a substitute in there for Klingerman on the 3rd line back, they put Karicki in there. I believe that's Karicki in the 2nd line. So the Red Tornadoes lined up 5-4-2 instead of their normal 5-3-3.
At the 4:35 mark of the 2nd quarter, total yardage, North Schuylkill 147, the Red Tornadoes 174. So a lot of yardage on the ground here tonight for both of these teams. All right, the big guy says he's ready. See, now look at him now. He's a straight kick on now from what he did the last time. He kicks him a lot of different ways there.
Yep.
Puts his foot into it, and it's going to be taken, drop down around the 13-yard line by Langton, and Langton will take it up to around the 28-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes from that point.
Now, this is a situation where if you're on offense and you're calling the plays, you have to be a little bit careful because obviously you've had success throwing the ball, and that's what's been getting you down the field and scoring your points. But at the same time, the momentum's clearly in North Schuylkill's favor right now, so you can't afford to have a quick possession.
Right. Good point. Klingerman goes into the Red Tornado lineup along with Deuceman, number 2. Deuceman will come out in an end position here. They have a trips formation. It's a trips left.
They got trips left. They only have 2 guys covering.
They go the other way, and it goes nowhere. And that play is Gownley. He buries Klingerman.
And again, we've seen numerous times already in the first half of this football game that the Red Tornadoes try to go to the weak side, overload one side, and run Klingerman the other side, and the North Schuylkill Spartans,
But
they're ready for it.
In that series, or on that play, they ran trips to left, but they only had 2 covered on the trips over here. Somebody would have been open. Ooh. Well, now they got the third guy cut. No, look at.
Same.
He had trips,
Yeah.
but he only have 2 guys over here.
Yep. Now they come out of it. He looks downfield. He's under pressure. He's going to be. No, he's still on his feet. Still on his feet. I thought he was going to be sacked, and finally he's brought down by Grove. You can see how strong that quarterback is to be able to do that.
Big pressure from the left side of the defensive line that time. Wasilewski barely turned around, and somebody was ready to tackle him.
Might have been Gallagher on the stop, 232. I'm trying to see if Grove was there. It might be 32. Gallagher on that stop. Yeah, it probably was.
You just said, well,
No, Grove's there. 20's out there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to see 20. His number's all scrunched up in the front, and I can't read him there.
No,
But
he's
out there. He's out there. It was him.
What's that on the other corner?
All right, 3rd and 13 now from the 26-yard line for the Red Tornadoes. And I don't know what we're doing now. Red Tornadoes take their final timeout of the half at the 2:59 mark. They lead 19-13, but they've all of a sudden kind of let the wheel fall off here for a second or two. And again, they have not been in. They called 3 timeouts in the first half, and all 3 of them were related to the fact they weren't lined up in the right spot.
Exactly correct. And the whole play, you watch this quarter. In the second quarter, as this time is going on, North Schuylkill, their self-esteem, their confidence is building, and they're playing with a little bit more intensity than what they did in the first quarter. Tornadoes are letting them back in this game, and they really shouldn't be.
And you see here, you see how the Red Tornadoes come out, but before the timeout, they were lined up in like a 4 wide. Wasilewski again, he'll be in the backfield by himself, and when you need to pick up 13 or 14 yards, and you're giving up that quick pressure. It'll be interesting if he's got enough time to let his receivers get past the sticks.
You've got Verano and Klingerman out to his left, and he has Juraski and I think Duran out to his right. So he has a twins formation. He drops straight back. He looks downfield, and it's Verano. And Verano
nice
takes
catch.
it out to the 44-yard line. Motsney was all over him, and he still caught the ball. Great coverage by Motsney, but Verano brings in. Verano having a night tonight for the Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, Verano's having a great night, and so is Wasilewski, because for Verano to catch that ball, especially with Motsney on his back like he was, Wasilewski has to put it right on the numbers.
Yeah, let's give that offensive line credit.
Yeah.
Make
But
a
they
nice pocket.
To me, I'd just throw the ball all the time.
So would I.
I just let them line up where they line up and just throw the ball over them. That's what they want. That's what you got to look at them. Look at this formation.
I'll tell you what, a quick down and out over here. Nobody's watching these guys.
Blitz right up the middle. It's Gownley coming up the middle, but he looks downfield to Verano, and Verano's going to bring it in. Verano's still on his feet, and Verano's going to have to beat McSurdy, and he does. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. A 56-yard strike this time, and Verano and Wasilewski are on fire for the Red Tornadoes.
They're playing man-to-man with Motsney, and I'll tell you what, Motsney again had good coverage. Verano gets the ball and just makes a little juke step and makes Motsney miss the tackle and goes in for the touchdown.
I'm going to tell you what. If we come out in that second half, if they come out in that second half, I am going to be stunned if they have not adjusted to what's happening to them. You cannot stay in that defense. It will not work that way.
No, wait now. You got the last 2 passes to Verano. Motsney has covered him very well.
But again, he's by himself. It's
that's
one-on-one,
true.
and that's the other problem. Now, a
man-to-man.
quarterback sneak for the 2 yards, and he got it in this time. This time he puts it in, so the score will go out to 27-13 Red Tornadoes at the 2:20 mark. But again, you're putting so much pressure on those defensive backs that I just don't know how you can keep playing like that.
Yeah, and you saw on the touchdown pass, they had lined up Klingerman on the outside of Verano, and Klingerman just ran a little 3-yard in, 3-yard slant and cleared out the zone, and Verano ran that corner pattern over the top of him, and Wasilewski put the ball right where it had to be. Verano breaks a tackle, and it's 27-13 Red Tornadoes.
Hey, guys. Verano's 5 for 201 yards. Hey, it's the best game ever for a Red Tornado receiver, and we're still in the first half.
Wow.
Think about this, guys. Man, are we seeing records this year? My goodness.
Well, in some cases, they've needed them with the defense.
Wow.
need to put up those kind of numbers and those kind of
Yeah.
points when you're giving up 30 a game.
Hey. Well, you didn't read the script, did you? We weren't on to talk about that.
Hey, we've been here all 5 weeks.
It's true. It is what it is.
Or all 6 weeks.
You're absolutely right. But this is truly an amazing stat here. My goodness. All right, Langton lets it go. It's a knuckleball. It's going to fall.
Nobody wants
yeah, they're going to have to pick it up right at the 20-yard line. It's Motsney. Motsney trying to get along the edge there, but he's not going to. He stopped very quickly down there by number 51.
Christian Kelly.
For the Red Tornadoes. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Spartans. The ball at the 27-yard line.
And just to touch on Verano's numbers again real quick, just as we said with Klingerman, that's clearly a team effort. I mean, you get the line holding up the pocket, Wasilewski putting the ball right where it needs to be, the other receivers knowing their jobs, cleaning out the routes, and Verano finishing it up.
All right. They're going to start out here. Griegels will start out in a shotgun formation, not something you see a lot from them. But it's a handoff to Smarkanik, and Smarkanik had to try to get around the end, but Kwiatkowski said no, and then Lesko finished them off with some help from Farinato, so a loss on the play. That's the first we've seen that play, that run that way. All the split ends were all out the other way. He came the opposite direction of the power, but Kwiatkowski all over the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 12 now for the Spartans. 1:50 remaining here in the first half of play. The Red Tornadoes out to a 27-13 lead. One back behind him. It's Smarkanik. Goes back to pass, and he is going to be. Look at Shikatano buries Grigas. I mean, the big guy, 66, leveled him.
Juraski's in there too.
Yeah.
So another big loss on the play as the Red Tornado defense now kind of getting a burr under their saddle and a little bit angry over that last big run.
And unfortunately, given that you've had the difficulties where you want to line up, you can't take advantage of how tough your defense is playing right now and stop the clock and give that offense another chance.
Yeah, you have no timeouts. You're exactly right. Well, there's stuff going on behind that blank expression. I'm impressed with you. You continually surprise me when you come up with stuff like that. All right, 3rd and 19 now. Smarkanik, the lone back. He goes straight back. He just lofts it in the air. Duran covering down there. He was trying to hit number 9, I believe, or 8. He did. McSturdy caught it. He actually caught that ball right along the Red Tornado sideline. He's out to the 49-yard line. What a catch by McSturdy, number 8.
No, he had the Red Tornado sideline was in front there, but I think McSturdy was laying on the ground almost when he reached his hands up and caught that football.
He couldn't see. He just couldn't see.
Timeout on the field for the Spartans here. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure exactly, but I'll tell you, Coach Hawanik was an unhappy camper after that play finally came to a conclusion. You don't normally see him get mad, but he was definitely fired up. So the ball now sitting at the 49-yard line of the Spartans. So it'll be 1st and 10 there. We're under a minute with 46 seconds now left in the half. And I'll tell you what, that play was a throw it up play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all it was. Duran, I thought, had tight coverage, but Duran didn't turn around. He turned the opposite way of where the ball landed, and he couldn't get his hand in there.
Yeah, and with the way Coach Hawanik started reacting, it almost looked he was reacting before the play was completed. Yeah. So it looked like he saw something right off the bat, whether it was a blown assignment, blown coverage, and whether the catch was made or not, he wasn't going to be happy.
Yeah, no, you seldom see that kind of emotion from, but something definitely ticked him off there, and he's in that huddle right now, sharing that with everybody. So the Spartans come out now here. They want to try to get something on that scoreboard. They're going to put Grigas in the shotgun. They'll put Smarkanik standing next to him. He's going to roll out a big rush once again by the Red Tornadoes, and he's going to throw downfield, and he threw it at Motsney, but Motsney couldn't hold on to it. We have a referee down now, and he went down hard. So there's going to be a timeout here. The ref hit the ground over there, and he is hurt. So there'll be a timeout on the field. He got really hit hard. Oh, my goodness. Right along the North Schuylkill sideline, he got leveled. Now, he was rolling around, and now it looks like he stood up. Yeah, it looks like he stood up, though, and I hope he's all right. I mean, those are guys like us. I mean, we can't take a hit like that, but he got nailed. But I'll tell you what, my hat off to him. He's standing back up, and he's going to stay in the game.
Hey, you saw there the North Schuylkill offense is working towards the sidelines, but fortunately for them with the 2 timeouts in their pocket, the whole field is still open to them. I mean, really anything's in play here with 51 yards to go to get something in the end zone here.
Well, that time they put Motzny in the slot, and I think Bayerschmidt took him on man-to-man and kept him on the line of scrimmage. He was the main receiver that time.
All right, out of the shotgun again is Grigas. Now he has everything out to the left side of the field. He looks downfield, and now he's going to be caught inside, and he's brought down for a sack on the play. That's Lesko, and a little help down there from Nicola. But
big pressure that time from the center line. I think just about everybody could have tackled him that time. And the problem was they flushed him out of the pocket, and he tried to run, and there was just nowhere to go.
Spartans take another timeout. There's 29 seconds left here in the first half. So, again, they want to put something on the board if they can, but they're struggling to protect Grigas right now.
Yes.
They have all game. Red Tornadoes very tough on that pass play.
I think you see the Red Tornadoes. They have confidence in their defensive backfield, and so it enables them to let those linebackers get up the field and go after that quarterback. They can kind of pin their ears back and try to make a play.
Well, you don't know, in this series, Mount Carmel's stunning a little bit on the defensive side. Are they looping in and out, looking for the gap? Because it seems like they're controlling in the last part of the second quarter. They're controlling the defensive side of the ball here.
All right, Grigas is going to go under center on the 3rd and 12 now. He puts McSurdy in motion, so he's flooded that side of the field again. It's always the Spartan side of the field. He throws downfield. He has a man open down there, and it's caught. Coverage was by Verano. McSurdy was the guy in motion. McSurdy made the catch. The ball all the way down in the Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado.
Out of bounds.
34-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 23 seconds remaining, and Spartans have one timeout.
And what's big about that completion is that worst case scenario, you're in a spot that as the clock runs down, you can throw one into the end zone if nothing else.
Right. All right, now we go into a shotgun now for them. Now everybody's out to the right. They got 3 receivers out right. He looks right, goes downfield. He throws it downfield. He threw it downfield and almost intercepted by Verano.
Yep.
He was trying to hit Marlowe, but he threw it way too far for Marlowe, and Verano was the closest guy and got a hand on it but couldn't bring it in. It's 2nd down.
They have 2 freshmen, Marlowe and Grigas, on the field at the same time. They're both receivers. One was in the slot, and the other one was the tight end, and moved all the way out to the sideline here.
I think that attempt by Verano at that interception is almost like a heat check. He's caught everything else. He got turned around and reached out there with just that one arm. If he'd have pulled that in, I don't know what I would have done.
No, you're right. You're right. All right, now we go under center. He needs Smarkanik as the lone back there. It's a pass play. He looks straight downfield, and he wings it. Durant on the coverage. The receiver fell down. That was McSurdy, and he just fell down pretty much on his own there, so it'll bring up 3rd down. There's now 11 seconds left in the half. The Red Tornadoes up 27-13, trying to keep the Spartans out of that end zone.
I think he was looking for a flag there, but the ball wasn't even catchable. It was another 5 yards downfield, and I think it went out of bounds, actually.
Well, you know what the problem there is, though? You notice what they're doing. What he's doing now is that's such a quick pass. He's trying to stay away from the pressure, so he's taking 2 steps and he's letting it ring. He's not. This isn't like a precision pass game now. He's just whiffing it and figuring the guy's going to try to run under it because there's just too much pressure. All right, under center now. He looks back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be buried all the way back there. That is Candelora. Vinny Candelora brings him back to the 45-yard line. 6 seconds left. It's 4th down. And he came in like a rocket. Where did he come from?
He came right through the middle.
My goodness. Vinny Candelora buries him back at the 40. He had no chance. I mean, Grigas could do nothing on that play.
Well, you know what they were trying to do? Motzny was flaring out of the backfield, and he was looking for Motzny on the flat on the opposite side, but it took entirely too long, and Candelora just leveled.
I don't know if it took too long because Candelora was in like a rocket, so I'm not sure how much time he would have needed for that to happen, but he's got 6 seconds. They take their final timeout of the half now. As they said, they put the ball back. Now they put the ball back at the, it's at the 44-yard line where they're going to say he went down. So it's 4th and 21 for the Spartans. And you know this is going to be just a long pass play unless you can get to him.
We've seen Candelora here for 6 weeks now, and he continues to make plays like this
Oh.
week in and week out. And one of the things I think you have to take away from it is being able to get through the line is one thing, but very rarely does he miss an opportunity to make a big play in the backfield. He's a very sure tackler.
Candelora is actually the second leading tackler on this team, and here's a guy that moved around a lot through
Yes,
the
he did.
injuries. So, second leading tackle, you got to give him some credit, and we do all the time. But he is one tough. They talked about him at Jose and I were talking about him with you, Wayne, down on the
Yes.
sideline, and the trainers and all said he was old school. All right, out of a shotgun now. Rodriguez has everybody to the short side of the field. He looks to the short side of the field. He's under pressure. He's rolling. He's going to throw it down to the corner of the end zone. And it's going to go from Motzny, and it's going to go incomplete. And that is the end of the first half of play here at Gauche Orthodontic Field. The Red Tornadoes lead 27-13. We're going to be back. Now, hold it. There's a penalty flag, so hold on. They're stopping.
Oh,
Roughing the passer. A late flag at the end of the half is going to give the Spartans one more play. They call roughing the passer. And it was way over on the Spartan sideline. In fact, it was right on the Spartan sideline where he went down. So
you see the replay here. We'll try and
let me see. I'm going to see. I couldn't see what happened to him. Now you won't see it in the. Well, there you see the hit, but I wasn't. Yeah, right along the sideline, but I couldn't tell who it was.
And you could see there that while we may not have realized
It was a big guy. I know that, but I don't know what the number was. All right, so they're going to walk this off. This is a big penalty. It's an unsportsmanlike penalty. It's going to be 15 yards. Now, it'll be also a first down as they take the ball down to the Red Tornado. The Red Tornado, let's see. Is he going to stop or just take it in the end zone? Where's he heading with this?
25.
He's at the 25-yard line. First down, only down because there's no time on the clock. This is an extra play due to the penalty.
And from here, you can actually run patterns from 25 yards out. You don't have to just assume a Hail Mary.
A lot of pointing from the Red Tornado sideline into their defense. I mean, I'm not sure what they're pointing at. Look how spread out the Spartans are here. He's in a shotgun. He goes straight back under a little bit of pressure. He lets it wing. He's trying to hit Motzny, and a penalty flag again. And I think Duran intercepted it, but it's going to go against Duran, I believe.
Yep.
The ball went incomplete, but it's going to be a penalty against Duran, and the half is going to have a second penalty and a second play with no time left on the clock. How many times have you seen that, guys?
I don't know.
All right, so the penalty occurred down along the 7-yard line is where their flag is laying.
Now with the ball being placed at the 25, that'll bring it to about from the 25, it'll be half the distance as Jose filled this in. So that'll put it, about the 12 and a half. And I mean, anything's in play.
Wait a minute. You're using a half yard now, the 12 and a half? Maybe we should use centimeters to get into the real world.
If it's half the distance here.
Oh, man.
He pulls out his phone with the calculator.
Yeah, that's why I wondered what he was doing there.
That?
Yeah.
I seen it.
All right. Rodriguez in a shotgun formation. He's leaving Smartcanic next to him. He drops straight back. He wings it in the end zone looking for McSurdy, but he overthrew it. He was covered down there by Gilger, but he overthrew the ball, and now they're going to actually let the half end. So there it is, folks, the end of the half. The Red Tornadoes still lead 27-13. We'll be back shortly. We're going to let Jose talk. have the pleasure of having Jose in the booth with us tonight, so he'll be talking about the first half stats and something you're going to definitely want to hear about from him tonight. So go ahead, Jose.
Thanks, Warren. First, we'll give North Schuylkill really a pretty good offensive effort, and we're going to have to kick it back in gear. For North Schuylkill, 13 rushes for 127 yards on the ground, 3 of 11 for 57 yards passing. That's 184 yards in total offense in the first half and 5 first downs. For Mount Carmel, 18 rushes for an anemic 25 yards on the ground, which is not something we've been used to all year. Zach Wasilewski, however, is 8 of 11 for 220 yards passing and 9 first downs. Lucas has been held for 10 for 14 yards, and Zach himself has been held to 5 for 13. The interesting thing to me in the first half was last week, and I don't know if we didn't make a big production out of it, but Zach Wasilewski's rushing yards last week, 18 for 181 officially, became the most yards ever rushed for in a game by a quarterback.
Wow.
The previous record, Greg Doviak 1966 against Bloomsburg. Nick Sebas had a 168-yard game, 163-yard game. Ryan Kogut had that 162-yard game against Shamokin. Joe Diminick had a couple of 100-yard games. So you're talking about some of the greatest quarterbacks that ever played this game. And last week he ran for 181. Tonight, Robbie Verano, 5 receptions, 201 yards in the first half, establishes a new single-game record for Mount Carmel area all-time, the old record being the classic Carlisle game, 1966, with Dabby Niglio going for 178, but he demolishes that record with 201 yards in the first half. And the performances this year are coming out of nowhere. You know, we had Lucas a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Zach last week, now Robbie this week, and it's just been phenomenal. We just have to stop them, North Schuylkill.
Yeah.
And we'll go away with win number 4 and be on our way.
What we have to do, I think, is put a good defensive stand-up, because we're just letting them in the game. Their confidence is in the second quarter. As the quarter went on, you could see the confidence of North Schuylkill building. And yet the Tornadoes are doing whatever they want to do on offense.
Which has been the story for the season.
Yes.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yeah. And, you know, we talked about their, 177 yards. 2 of them accounted for 150, 2 plays.
Right, yeah.
You know, so basically down for down, we're doing a pretty good job, but we can't allow the big play to happen like that. And I'm sure the coaches are frustrated. I'm sure Coach Iwanek is going crazy. But hopefully we'll get this thing back, and we're going to have an interesting second half.
Well, it's an interesting game of chess here, as we talked in the first half. You know, the Spartans came out and said to themselves, we're not going to let them run. And they didn't. They absolutely stopped the run. But they have sacrificed the passing to do so. And you know, unless they get a little better balance, they're not going to stay in this game. It's as simple as that. We're going to pass the ball, and they're going to they can't keep up with it. So
you're right.
So we'll see what they do in the second half.
We have to see if Carmen's going to be willing to risk the ball in the air, though. That's the
well,
other
true.
thing.
Yeah,
They usually get conservative.
We'll see. All right, we'll talk to you at the end of the game, Jose. Thank you. All right, folks, we're getting ready here to start the second half. The big guy, Mr. Seneca, all 305 pounds of him, says he's ready. And so we'll get underway here, and we do, and he kicks it straight down. Again, he's the Lou Groza kicker. He kicks it past Langton, as Langton did not react to the ball the way it bounced, and he picked it up, and he picked it inside the 10. Now Langton alongside the North Schuylkill sideline, and the ball's up in the air. A fumble on the play. And we'll see who got it.
North Schuylkill there.
They're signaling North Schuylkill football.
Wow.
The ball is at the 20. It's going to be at the Red Tornado 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Spartans from that point. I could not see who got the fumble. It was every single guy in the field was laying on the ball down there, but. Either way, a fumble, and the Spartans come out in great field position to start the second half.
And it looked like you could see on the replay there, number 34. That's Cody Moore. I don't know if he was the one that came up with the football, but he was certainly Johnny on the spot there with the bounce.
All right, true wing T look now. Motzny comes in motion, but they go to the big guy, and it's going to be Farinato, the free
making
safety.
an attack.
We'll
That's
take Smarkanik down.
Yeah,
there.
that's who it is.
Farinato stops Smarkanik at the, I'm going to say at the 19-yard line. I'm going to say it is. So about 5 on the play. Then 4 yards. It'll be second and 6 from they're right around the 19-yard line.
I'll tell you what, good move by Farinato coming up to at least fill the hole, and at that point in time, he doesn't make that tackle. That's another touchdown.
Now they go into a straight I formation. And it's going to go right up the middle again. And that is Smarkanik. And a big run by Smarkanik all the way down to the 9, right around the 10-yard line. We'll see where they place it to see what it's going to be.
Yep.
It's going to be first down. And is it going to be first and goal? Because it's right at the 10. So let me see.
Just a straight dive play right up the middle. Great surge by the offensive line. That time Juraski making the tackle from behind for the Tornado defense.
They're going to call it first and goal now. The ball right at the 10-yard line. It's the hardest first and goal you could have. It's exactly at the 10-yard line. All right. We have that wing T look now. Both of those wings turned in a little bit, and it's going to be Mochny in motion. But again, they give it to Smarkanik, and he is buried this time. Hit very hard.
Vinny.
Just as he got the ball was Lesko.
Vinny hit him.
Or Vinny, I'm sorry, not Lesko. Vinny.
Candelore hit him right at the line of scrimmage, and Smarkanik tried to rotate, spin a little bit, and hit off tackle, but there was nowhere to go.
Yeah, he took a really hard hit in the backfield that time.
We said at the beginning of the game, you know, for the first time, it seems like all season, you see the Red Tornadoes are going to start the game on defense and have that opportunity in the second half, and here they are on defense again to start the half.
All right, second down and 11 now. And we fake it. It's going to be an option play, and it's pitched out to Mochny, and Mochny made the turn, and Mochny will take it in.
He's going to be close.
See what they say.
All depends if Juraski pulled him out.
They're going to say it's down at the 1, I guess. Wow. That's as close to the goal line as you can get. I thought Mochny put it in, but they're going to say no. So it's going to bring up third down and less than 1. Let me see where they get to the midfield where I can see it better, but – it's third down about 6 inches now for the Spartan. There you can see where he's standing at. So very close to the goal line here for the Spartans here as they trail 27-13, but are capitalizing on a mistake by the Red Tornadoes to open the second half. Right up the middle, Smarkanik, and Smarkanik takes it in. Touchdown, North Schuylkill.
And again, just like that, they capitalize on a turnover, and it's a one-score game. And the 200 yards by Verano, the Wasilewski being as effective as he's been, it's very possibly all for naught. It's something that needs to be taken care of.
Now it's 27-19, so they are going to go for 1 here. They have to wait for the big guy to change his shoes. And he does, so big Lou Groza comes in here to do the kick. You know, I like about him. Look at that, like 3 steps back was all it was. It's all he takes. Look how hard he kicks the ball for as far back as he goes only, but it's good. So to score 27-20 now, Red Tornadoes at the 9:54 mark of the third quarter. The Red Tornadoes have not looked in sync since the middle of the second quarter.
Defensively, off tackle is just hurting us tremendously because that's where Smarkanik is actually running. It's a straight dive play, and he doesn't even have a lead blocker. Motzny's back there, and he's flaring out to one side.
Yeah. All right. The the Spartans taking their time to come out here. I love watching this big guy kick, though. You know, how often do you see that in the last few years? You almost never see a straight-on kicker. I mean, I just love the way he does that. He looks like Lou Groza, for crying out loud.
And he puts the ball on its side as a watermelon. You see that?
Right, yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't tee it up exactly the way you think he was.
Huh. Good eyes.
So he signals that he is ready. He takes his run up and lets it rip, and it's going to bounced down just the way you thought it would be on the tee there, and there he picks it up at a red tennis. It's Gilger, and Gilger makes a nice cut inside and takes it up over the 30-yard line up to about the 32.
Number 9, Jesse Wetzel making the tackle for North Schuylkill.
Number 10, Joga on the return. Making a hit for the Spartans, number 9, Jesse Wetzel.
Right, Tornadoes, they need to you don't say it often when you have 27 points on the board in the first half, but I think they got to find some offense here pretty quickly. They got to get down the field and put another one in.
All right, we come out 1st and 10. Wasilewski is under center. He has Klingerman as the lone back behind him. And it's going to go to Klingerman. Klingerman gets around the corner. A nice block by the Red Tornadoes to seal the end, and he takes it up over the 40-yard line out to around the 42. It's very close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it.
Number 40 making the tackle out of bounds that time. But I'll tell you what, Klingerman makes a nice move right at the line of scrimmage to pick up that 9 yards.
It was a great block, though, as they sealed the end for him to get around. It really was. It's going to be 2nd down and 1, and he'll pick it up as he hits the 45-yard line. He's brought down there by number 20 for the Spartans, Grove.
Yeah, you can see there they tried to basically run the same play, and they had a little bit of success just thanks to Klingerman's ability to get up the field, but 76, Dean, actually was able to force him inside and prevent him from getting that edge.
So 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes now. They come out with Klingerman again, the lone back in the backfield. Wasilewski will go under center. He has 2 guys split left, and he has the big guy 89 in the slot who goes in motion, and they're going to let Klingerman in the ball.
Ball's out again.
Fumble by the
Schuylkill.
Red Tornadoes. And they're still rolling around there, but it looks like the Spartans got it, and they did. The Spartans have recovered a fumble. The Red Tornadoes have disintegrated here in this game. Getting off the bottom of the pile is Gownley, who recovered the fumble, and just like that, the Spartans now have the ball in Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 48-yard line, 1st and 10.
Tanner Dean, 54, he was trying to cover the edge, and Juraski tried to get into him, and Tanner Dean was having none of it and really blew the play up from the start.
All right, they have the wing tee look here. Motsney goes in motion, but it goes right to Smarkanik, and Smarkanik picks up about 3 yards on the play out to the 45. Nice play down there by the freshman Farinato on the play for the Red Tornadoes.
Farinato's making some great moves from that free safety position and coming up and making some big tackles here on Smarkanik coming up through the hole.
Being 2nd and 7 now for the Spartans. Now they go into an eye look. Smarkanik in front of Motsney. And it's going to be a pass play down.
Look at this,
wide
32.
open. Gallagher wide open. And Gallagher takes it all the way down to the 7-yard line. Verano saved the touchdown. But number 32, Tommy Gallagher, was wide open in the backfield. And the Red Tornadoes have been rocked on their heels here to start this second half.
And right off the bat, it's something that you wonder when they pound the ball inside like that, and they keep running it off tackle, and it's great. You love that Farinato wants to get in there and mix it up and make all those tackles. He's going to be a great player. But as you do that, the defensive backfield is going to continue to step closer and closer and closer to that line of scrimmage.
Right.
And then all you have to do is sneak one guy behind one of the defensive backs.
1st and goal from the 7, out of the wing. Motsney in motion, but it's Smarkanik, and Smarkanik picks up a few yards on the play, down to around the 5-yard line. Give him 2. Gets 2nd down and goal from the 5.
Juraski making the initial contact there that time.
Yeah, Juraski did a nice job of just shedding his block.
Stood up by the Mount Carmel D-line. 2nd and goal from the 5.
All right, they'll stay in the wing. Rodriguez goes under center. He puts Motsney in motion, and Motsney got bounced outside, and Juraski's going to bury him for a loss all the way back to the 7 or 8 yard line now.
Down at out to the 9-yard line, I guess.
Yeah, back to the 9. So it's 3rd and goal from the 9 now. That time, big line surge.
Yes.
Pushed Motsney too far back, and then he by that time he couldn't get away from Juraski.
Yeah, 64 Nicola is certainly instrumental in part of that line surge.
Now, their big play is their option play. So I thought that time with Motsney going in motion, they were going to run the option play to the outside.
All right, the wing again. And this time Grigas is going to keep it is the option, and it's going to go outside, and it's going to be Motsney, and Motsney walks into the end zone. Touchdown, North Schuylkill at the 6:51 mark of the 3rd quarter. It's 27-26 now, the extra point to come, and the Red Tornadoes are now in trouble.
You have no clue what the defensive end is doing that time. He should either be picking up the quarterback, one or the other, and not doing either.
And that's one of the reasons that the option is such a pivotal play, especially near the goal line where there's such a small room, such a small margin for error.
They did run it to the short side that time too.
Seneca puts it up, and it is good, and we're all tied up here, folks, at the 6:51 mark of the 3rd quarter, 27-27. All the momentum now on the red side of the field, the Spartan side, as they have put the Red Tornadoes in trouble right now.
And you see the way the Spartan offense is just moving down the field, and it certainly seems like it wouldn't matter if they were going 30 yards or 60 or 90 yards, but I just wonder, the Red Tornadoes' turnover margin on the season can't be very good.
No.
It's been a battle all season, continue to give teams short field, and when your defense struggles to begin with, you're really handicapping yourself.
The Spartans have piled up 255 yards of total offense here halfway through the 3rd quarter.
Here's the scary part. Their kicker can probably kick a field goal from about 30 yards out.
I was going to say, yeah, he's definitely a weapon,
so
that guy. Now, I think he kicked one last week. I'm pretty sure he did, yeah. I don't know how far it was, but I'm pretty sure he got one last week. He has one on the season for sure, at least one, so I know that. So they won't hesitate to use him, and why would you? He is like a cannon for a leg there. All right, signals he's ready. This one a big kick. Going to go down to Gilger. Gilger around our 13-yard line. Gilger trying to find someone. Gilger falls down. Tried to make a cut, but he fell down. He was trying to get around Moore and slipped on the field and went down. So we 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes from the 26-yard line.
Hey guys, there's a few things that it seems like we talk about every week, whether it's tackling or Verano's punting ability or turnovers, but I think this week, I mean, you got to stop the bleeding. And it seems like repeatedly there's a point in the game, usually early in the second half, that the Red Tornadoes just seem flat.
Yep. All right, Washalewski comes out under center. He has Klingerman as the lone back in the backfield. This is a rollout throw. He throws it to the big guy, Juraski, and Juraski catches it. It's complete. He's dropped by Smarkanik, but he's up over the 30-yard line to around the 31-yard line, 32-yard line on the play.
We had Verano Duran that time clearing the zone out for Juraski to drag across into the open area.
So it's gain of 6 on the play. It's 2nd down and 4 for the Red Tornadoes. Klingerman on the inside play, and the Spartans all over Gallagher once again on the play for the Spartans.
Gallagher.
Gallagher, but Gallagher, 40 was the guy I was aiming at.
Yep.
Gallagher helped it out, but Gallagher made the play.
Try to get up the middle again, and there's just nothing there. That Spartan defense continues to just play just a really solid game.
You're not going to run up the middle on them because they're all standing in the middle of the field here. That's the way they're playing the game tonight.
And the Red Tornadoes continue to run right into their formation.
So it's still 3rd and 4. There was no gain on that play. And now Washalewski is in a shotgun. He pitches it out to Klingerman, and Klingerman's going to be brought down in the backfield. And who is it but Tanner Dean, who was standing there waiting almost for the pitch to come.
Lucky he wasn't intercepted on that pitch. He was that close.
So the Red Tornadoes now in a punt formation here at the 5:17 mark of the 3rd quarter. We're all tied up. The Red Tornadoes probably should have put this game away in the first half and didn't, and now they're paying the price. Down deep for the Spartans will be Mochny, number 5, and on the far side over there, 8, McSurdy. Verano kicking. They rush it. This is a rush on the kick. Nice kick. It's going to go down to McSurdy, down along the 36-yard line. McSurdy giving up yardage, and McSurdy brought down well that back at the 30-yard line. I believe that's Bayerschmidt that made the play.
Down there.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. Great
good
play by Bayerschmidt. And then Grajewski came in to make a tackle.
And you saw there on the rush by the Spartans.
Yeah, they were coming at it.
Smarconic, he didn't show right away which side he was going to come to, and then as they got ready to go through their cadence, he kind of jumped around a little bit.
All right, 1st and 10 Spartans from their own 30-yard line. They'll come out in a wing T look. You have Mochny and McSurdy as the wings with Smarcanic in the middle. And it's a pass play. And it's passed out to Bayerschmidt. And Bayerschmidt intercepted, and he's taking it in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes. What a play by Bobby Bayerschmidt, folks. Bobbled the pass, bobbled it, brought it in, and took it in at the 4:36 mark. The Red Tornadoes have
Great
scored
play.
just
Here
that
it is.
quickly.
He just comes out into the flat, and the quarterback never seen him coming into coverage. He was trying to hit Motzny out on the flat there a little bit.
And guys, that might as well have had a bow on it.
Yeah, well, you're talking about a freshman quarterback here, folks, and he wasn't even a starter this year. So, I mean, you're going to have some of that. You can't blame him on that. That's going to happen. It's 33-27. Verano in now to attempt the extra point for the Red Tornadoes. They're not as automatic as they are for the Spartans, although they missed one tonight too. So, Verano puts it up, and this one looks like it's good with my laser vision, and it is. So the score 34-27 Red Tornadoes at the 4:36 mark. And just like that, a game can turn. What a play by Bayerschmidt, though. I'll tell you what, that was just a play by Bobby.
You know, for him, for the senior that he is, and the great play that he has, moved from linebacker now to defensive end, cornerback. I mean, he's just the all-around guy, and has played an outstanding game, and what a great topper right here for this game for him to make that interception.
And I thought what was really impressive is the hand-eye coordination to bobble because it's one thing you're going to bobble the ball, and sometimes you can keep it together and you make the catch. But he was doing that. Meanwhile, he knew that if he caught it, it was 6, and nobody was going to stop him.
Oh, yeah.
So to be able to keep his eye on the ball and tuck that in before turning upfield is really a nice play on his part.
All right, Langton says he is ready, and he'll be kicking off. A lot of kickoffs going on here in the second half, folks.
A lot of scoring on both sides.
Langton's going to kick it a little bit short, and it's going to bounce free, and it's going to go out of bounds. So it goes out of bounds. We'll see what the Spartans want to do with it. They can either make him re-kick it, or they can take it at the 35. They're talking down there right now to decide where they'd like to do it at.
Well, actually, in this case, since it's up past the 35, they can have the ball on the 37. I would take it right where it's at.
Yeah, they're talking about it. They're not actually didn't say they're going to do that yet, though, so it's a pretty good conversation going on over there.
They're going to make him kick.
They're going to make him kick it again. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I'm not sure why you would do that. I'd take the field position on this one, but I'm not the coach.
Well, I think we've talked about it in terms of the Red Tornadoes, and if you have a free opportunity to get the ball to one of your playmakers in some space, sometimes you want to take it. And given the way this game's turned out, and Smarconic's had a big game, and the Red Tornadoes haven't always been able to tackle him. So you take another opportunity to get him the ball with some blockers in front of him, or let him get in front of the deep man. A lot of things can happen.
All right, we'll try it one more time. Langton lets her go, and this time he kicks it straight down. A nice kick all the way down to the 16-yard line where Motzny tries to find the corner, and he does.
And he got
Motzny's up along his own sideline, and Motzny finally brought down, but not before he gets out almost to midfield to calm down at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, so the taking the kick actually turned out well, and that's why I'm not a coach. That proves why I am not in the coaching profession.
Danny Lesko making the tackle that time.
4:28 here in the third quarter. The Red Tornadoes now up 34-27. And if you've watched the Red Tornadoes this year, a 34-27 score is not all that unusual for them. All right, we have an I formation now for Grigas. It's an option. Rodriguez pitches it out to Motzny, and this time it was well played by Farinato.
Yep.
Farinato whacked into Smarcanic and blew the play up as Motzny was trying to get around it then, but that's great run support there.
That's what he needs to do. He needs to come up and take the pitch man out of the play, and that's what he did. He tried to turn him back up inside, and defense makes the tackle.
Yeah, Nicola makes that tackle. What's that? Yeah, Farinato blows the play up, and as they try to get outside, Nicola did a great job of moving down the line, shaking off his block, and there was nowhere for the ball carrier to go upfield.
I'm not sure what we're doing now. There's a timeout on the field, but I don't know why. Oh, a penalty. I don't know where that is. Where's the? Oh, here it is.
Chop block.
Okay, a chop block against the Spartans. Okay, I didn't see where the penalty was. Well, you're right. We're all talking up here. I'd take it. I'd push them back and be done with it. They lost about 3 yards on the play, but I'd still push them back if I were again in the coaching profession.
Yeah, the chop block, that's a personal foul, I believe, right?
Yes.
Is it of the 15-yard variety?
So let's guys, I'm like I'm growing a beard here, guys. Mark the thing off already. Holy moly. Holy moly. All right, they placed the ball down about the 38-yard line. So is that about 10 yards? A 10-yard penalty. Okay,
yes.
10-yard penalty.
10 yards.
We have Coach Climbara up here, so we actually have somebody who knows what the heck they're talking about. That doesn't happen very often.
We're getting good at faking it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we've been waiting. I've been good at that for 25 years. You're just getting good at it. All right, McSurdy goes in motion. It's a pass play by Rodriguez. He looks downfield. He has Gallagher wide open once again.
Oh.
How they are letting him get behind them, they'll have to figure that out very quickly. My goodness, you have to find him and see where he is. Here you see the replay. Now watch. This pass was on the mark.
And he actually hits him in the hands.
Yeah, he
Goes
actually
right through his
probably
hands.
should. He probably should have caught it.
Yeah.
But my goodness, how many times is a guy going to get loose on you? All right, it's going to be second down now and 20 for the Spartans.
Something that's been occurring a lot this season is you look at the scoreboard and the Red Tornadoes are up a possession, but it certainly doesn't feel that way. It doesn't. It doesn't feel like Mount Carmel's up 7 points.
A lot of anxiety goes along with that. I'll grant you that one. All right, he comes out now in a passing formation. He only has Smarcanic in that backfield, and Smarcanic's not going to be able to do it.
Nope, Danny takes him down. Great play.
I don't know what. Now, you have to ask yourself, if you're Smarcanic, what were you doing back there? Because he looked right at Lesko and left him go right by him.
Not only that, he had somebody else who looked like 64.
Yeah, Nicola.
Nicola also coming in, but Nicola was coming in on the left side, and
I'll tell you what, though, you look when that's on the film on Monday. Oh my! You want to be in the bathroom when that film comes out on Monday because he was right. He looked right at him and just left him go by him. So I'm sure he'll be talked about by Coach Geist on that one. It brings up a 3rd and 29 now for the Spartans from their own 29.
And the Red Tornadoes are within 10 yards of the football.
All right, another pass play. He looks downfield. He's looking for Motzny, I believe, and he overthrew him. No, McSurdy.
Yep.
Gilger was well covered that time. McSurdy's looking for a flag, but I'm not sure what game he was in on that one because it was just plain overthrew. So it's 4th down now and a punt situation for the Spartans.
And you saw on that play, it's 3rd and forever essentially, 3rd and 29. The Red Tornadoes have almost virtually the entire team, including the defensive backs, the safety valves, within 10 to 11 yards of the line of scrimmage, and they let McSurdy get single coverage on the outside.
All right, Motzny, I believe it is Motzny back to punt. Yes, he back punt, lets it go. A nice punt, nice high punt. It's going to be Verano at his own 40. Verano gets along the edge and takes it up to the 46-yard line. He's stopped down there by number 20, Grove, by the for the Spartans, so it'll be 1st and 10. Red Tornadoes, they have pretty good field position at the 46.
I mean, Mount Carmel up a touchdown here. Would like to keep the ball out of North School's hands, but given what we've seen, you got to throw it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sorry, that's the only thing they're letting you have. They're not going to let you run the ball.
Might come out in the eye.
Now you're going to have Lesko in front of Klingerman in the I formation here. And it's Klingerman. And Klingerman, I'll tell you what, nice run by Klingerman. He's held on by one guy, or that was going to be a touchdown. That was a nice play by whoever it was.
Galnley.
Was it Galnley, I guess? Yeah, that could have been a touchdown. Galnley reached out and grabbed him. He took it up to the 50-yard line on the play. It'll bring up a second down and about 6. But, yeah, that was one of those one-arm, but that otherwise it would have been gone. They stay in the I formation. And Klingerman again finds some room now. And Klingerman's free. And Klingerman in the Spartan territory all the way down to the Spartan 36-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. And somehow now they found the little crease in that middle where they couldn't run it all before.
Well, a lot of the stuff that they were trying to run before was out of the traditional, formations. You've seen the Red Tornadoes have success this season, but it was the running back or quarterback going up the middle with virtually no help. And even you have the linemen make their blocks, but there was that second level of linebackers. There was nobody there. And you send a lead blocker through the hole at this point, and you have somebody to put a hat on all those guys.
All right, now we're in a shotgun on the first down play. Both backs standing next to him. And it's a run play, a straight run play by the quarterback.
No way.
And Galnley. What a play by Galnley.
Yep. I mean, he keyed on Wasilewski the whole time. And as he came over, he took a great line to make a tackle there.
I got to tell you what, guys. I got to tell you something. Stop running the quarterback now. Now, again, we're up here, we're watching this. But, again, they have made the decision somewhere during midweek that they were not going to let Wasilewski beat them on the ground. And they are not going to let him do that. Throw the ball in the formation they're in and just throw. Or you look at the I formation, just keep pounding the ball till they stop you.
Well, you're right, Warren. We are up here. However, the statistics aren't any different down there on the sidelines.
All right, now we're in a split backfield. And it's Wasilewski fakes it. He drops straight back. He looks for his man, and he's got him. That's the tight end, Kwiatkowski. A big run by Kwiatkowski. Galnley will knock him out of bounds, but he knocks him out of bounds somewhere around the 25. I'll see where they mark it. He's down along the Red Tornado sideline.
First
so it's hard
down.
to tell. Yeah, it is a first down, but it looks like it'll be right along the 25-yard line. The 26. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line for the Red Tornadoes.
And the funny part about it was Wasilewski had a lot of time. Every receiver was open that time. Eric was open going down the left side of the field. Verano was open on the right side of the field here.
Okay, we'll come out now in a shotgun formation for the Red Tornadoes. He has 2 guys out to his left. They're not covering the slot right now. Now they do, but they bring it the other way. And it's I think it's either a broken play or whatever, but it was a mess, and Galnley finished it for them. These are mistakes that you just, at this point in the season, you should not be making these mistakes on offense when you're on the lineup. And everybody went in the wrong direction there. Everybody went in the wrong direction there, and that just blew it up. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10. Now, they did not lose much yardage on the play, but, again, it looked like a Chinese fire drill out there when they snapped the ball.
30 seconds left in the third quarter.
All right, out of the shotgun. Now Verano goes in motion. He goes to the big side of the field. We're looking right at it. Verano's wide open. Touchdown. Not a single player covered him. He came out of that. Came out where the slot would have been, and not a single Nord Schuylkill player. Watch.
I'll tell you what.
Look where he's at. Nobody covered him. Nobody covered him.
When he went in motion, what is his name? Smarkanik was pointing to Verano as Verano was in motion, cover him, and nobody picked him up.
Yeah, I mean, that's as wide open as you ever get in a football game there, folks. Nobody went out of the backfield with him, and it was just a nice pitch and catch by Wasilewski.
I wonder what the numbers are on that play alone, the 3 or 4 times they've ran it.
All right, Verano now kicks, and he'll take all 7 points on the play. The score of the Red Tornadoes, 41. The Spartans, 27. So what looked like a Spartan comeback and had every look and feel of it has been stamped out by the Red Tornado offense. And despite the mistakes they make along the way, they still do it.
When you take a look at the series, the last series that Nord Schuylkill ran, it was the Tornado defense that kept on pushing them back, making tackles and defense. And what happened, we picked up good field position on a punt.
Right.
And we gave it back to the offense at about the 40-yard line. of the Tornadoes. They, you know, I would rather be working there than down around the 20.
Tri-Valley 6 late in the fourth quarter.
Oh my goodness.
Right now, guys, Washaleski's 11 for 14 for 264 yards, which puts him in the top 10 passing in Mount Carmel history. Single game, yeah, single game. So amazing, absolutely amazing. Verano now 227 yards receiving for the Red Tornadoes with a quarter to go yet.
And with the way things are going, if they want to continue to put this pedal down, they're going to have to keep throwing the football. So those numbers are going to go up.
Yeah, I mean, it just simply, they are letting them throw the ball, and that's what you got to do. Langton dribbles it a lot on ground. It's going to pop in front of Motsney at the 15. Motsney come up, trying to head to the sideline, the North Schuylkill sideline, and he makes a turn there, but he'll be driven out of bounds, probably down along the 35-yard line or so. We'll see where they place it. I cannot see who put him out that far over there. Vinny Candelora is the guy on the stop. So they put the ball down about the 33-yard line. So we 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line for the Spartans. Again, there's 8 seconds left here in the third quarter as the young freshman comes in at quarterback, and he's been doing a nice job for the Spartans, Mr. Grigas. Now a straight I formation, Smarkanik in front of Motsney. And this is going to be another pitch out to Motsney, and this one an option, and Motsney runs for big yardage. They cannot stop that option. You wonder why they don't run that more often.
I'd run it again. I'd run it until you stop it. It looked like Zosh, number 6, Brett Zosh was in on that, along with Gilger, number 10.
It's going to be a first down for the Spartans. The ball placed down at the Spartan 47-yard line. 2 seconds remaining in the third quarter now. Stay in the I formation. This time I hand out to Smarkanik, and Smarkanik picks up a nice chunk of yardage into Red Tornado territory down to the Red Tornado 46 or 7-yard line. That is the end of play here in the third quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 41, the Spartans 27 with 12 minutes left here to decide this game, and it's been a back and forth game of momentum, of scoring, of everything you could think of. It's going back and forth. So
again, the Tornadoes just have to realize that the defensive line for North Schuylkill has played tough since the opening kickoff. And it was only in the last series that Klingerman has gotten some rushing, some yardage under his belt by the lead block, of course, by Danny Lesko, number 31. But I think the Tornadoes in the next series of downs, when they get the ball, should just pass, because that's where your scoring is coming from. You got to put this game out of reach.
Well, and one of the things, again, the 4-4 defense, and especially with Gownley.
Yeah.
You know, you have Gownley.
Oh, he's so quick.
That 4-4 defense is not allowing you around the end as much.
Nope.
But what it does do is when you go into the I formation and you go straight ahead at it, you got less people you need to worry about to block, and that's where they had some success doing that. Yeah, they're a very good 4-4 defense, and those linebackers, and then let's not forget Mr. Dean in there, because he's like a one-man wrecking. But the rest of the line I don't hear as much about as I do the linebackers. But that's where they're really the strength is of this team right now. And now you see Gownley for the first time into the offense for the Spartans. Gownley will be lining up as a fullback in the I formation. He has Gownley in back of him. Again, the first time we've seen him on offense tonight, and he is a weapon. He is the best kid probably on that field for them as far as athletic ability goes.
Yeah, and he's moved very well on defense. I mean, he's quick. He's filling holes, making good tackles.
And they're going to give it to him. And he's going to try to pick up yardage. He picks up close to the first down. He needed 4, but I think they're going to give him 3.
Wayne, you mentioned at the break talking about needing to put this game away. I think the beginning of the third quarter showed that certainly a 2-score lead isn't safe with how quickly the Spartans are capable of scoring. So the Red Tornadoes, the best thing they can do is get the ball back in the hot hand of Washaleski.
It's 3rd and 1 from the Red Tornado 44-yard line for the Spartans. Gownley again. Now, Gownley, this is going to be a tight one. I'll tell you what, he didn't gain much yardage on that play. He needed one, and I'm going to wait and see if he got it because it's going to be close. Juraski getting off the bottom of Gownley down there, so we'll see where they set it down at.
New 4th down.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't get it. He didn't get the yard. I thought it was going to be real close, so it's now 4th down and about 6 inches.
Here's the other thing. You know, you bring Gownley in, and you take Smarkanik off the field, who scored their touchdown. Some great yardage by that kid tonight.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's really he's so much bigger that the Smarkanik kid is a pretty big. And they're going to measure this because it's really close. So there'll be a measurement on the field here first to see where it really is. I can't from our angle. I couldn't tell. I knew it was going to be real close because he got stopped right along the line of scrimmage.
One of the things you notice in short yardage situations like this is that the ball carrier tends to know where he needs to get and will put much of his focus on picking up just that yard and a half or that half yard he needs versus potentially trying to make something happen. And when you kind of limit yourself like that, it enables the defense to come up and stop you short.
Yeah, he didn't get it. I mean, he is literally a couple of inches short. They made a nice call. Apparently, they have this. They must have bought laser eyes from Walmart too, but theirs are working because mine don't work as well as theirs. But they called it right away and then measured. North Schuylkill wanted the measurement, which is their right to do. But
they went to the deluxe set. I know you did.
It's 4th down and 2 inches now from the Red Tornado 44-yard line for the Spartans. Gownley directly behind Grigas. And it's going to be Gownley, and he'll pick up the first down where he is. Yep, he picks it up.
Number 40, Gownley on the carry.
And interestingly enough, you're in a position of the game where you need to make something happen, but you also need to prevent any mistakes. You're down by 2 scores with just over 10.5 minutes to play. So you start to put the ball in the capable hands of Gownley, someone who you counted on all season.
All right, they'll stay in the I formation. They'll leave Gownley in front of Motsney. And it's going to be the option play, and it's going to be Motsney. And this time the option play goes nowhere. Actually, Gilger was the guy that did it, and then Kwiatkowski kind of cleaned it up, but Gilger forced it. That's the second time Gilger got where he needed to be on that play, because normally it runs for big yardage, but not this time.
He came across so quick. Gownley couldn't make the tackle that time, but Gilger still got his hand out on Motsney and tripped him up.
So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 12, a 2-yard loss on that play for the Spartans, back to the Red Tornado 44.
And just as we talked about before with the safeties coming up and run support, that's a play where Gilger is aggressive and he makes a huge play, but if he misses, it's just as big of a play for the Spartans. So you need to play carefully in that position.
All right, it's going to be a pass play. They fake it to the 2 guys, and it's going to be
ball's out.
Ball's loose.
Out, and Tornado.
Fumble on the play. Now they're gonna call it a fumble, I believe. They are. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They were trying to determine if his leg
Kwiatkowski and
Juraski just murdered him.
Juraski.
And actually, he's shaken up. Now the freshman quarterback is shaken up on that play. He gets up under his own power, but he got hit pretty hard. The ball popped out of his hand. It almost looked like a pass at first. That's what we were wondering.
It was a pass, but there was so much pressure. He ran out of the pocket and right into Juraski and Kwiatkowski.
So it brings up 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Now, the Grigas, the freshman, stays in the game. I give him a lot of credit because he took a big hit and he got up a little woozy there, but he's still in there. So 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes now from their own 40. Verano comes in motion. We've seen this all night. The pass play goes straight downfield. They're looking right down the middle for Durant, and it's intercepted by Grigas. So Grigas coughs up a fumble and now pays it back by intercepting Wasilewski down at the 28-yard line of the Spartans.
Just watch. You can see the replay here. The nice play made by Grigas. But you can see some mechanic, and he really makes a veteran play. You see the green that Grigas was heading towards, and all he had to do was make a block on Verano, but Verano was in a position that all he had was his back, and instead he just let him go, and Spartans will have the ball here 1st and 10 on about the 28-yard line.
And it's 41-27 Red Tornadoes here, 9:21 in the 4th quarter. And now Smartcanic comes back into the offense, and he's the lone back behind with Motzny now goes in motion, but it's Smartcanic. And Juraski absolutely buried Smartcanic and says he recovered the fumble. Now, there's some talk going on down there whether it actually was. There's a Spartan also hurt on the ground. There's 2 Spartans hurt on the ground, in fact.
Well, one's up.
One got up. That's, let's see, 50. He got back 56. The other guy left the field. But 56 was the guy that got hurt down there, and that's Brett Budwash, but he stood back up and is back in the game. So it's going to bring up second down and about just right around 10 as the ball kind of moved around there, but Juraski absolutely buried Smartcanic, and now Smartcanic leaves and they bring Gownley back in there in an I formation. It's going to go to
Pass.
It's a flea flicker. Downfield, it was well covered by the Red Tornadoes. That time they were all over that play. He was trying to get to McSurdy, but Verano and Farinato both saw that for what it was and covered it very well, so the flea flicker goes nowhere. See the 2 Red Tornadoes in perfect position down there. The other guy
And
they had down there was Marlowe down there, but still.
The problem was that North Schuylkill had 2 receivers in the same area, which brought over the extra coverage.
Yeah, the free safety rotated into it. So,
Yeah,
but again, it was good to be able to recognize that play, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Marlowe and the football had a step behind Verano on that one.
All right, so it's 3rd and 10 now for the Spartans from their own 28. They stay in an I formation. Again, they're going to option it the other way. It's going to be Motzny, and Motzny again. Big yardage. Big yardage. And Motzny's going to go along the sideline. And wait, did he take it? Yeah. Is it a touchdown or is he touchdown. There it is, folks. Number 5. Ethan Motzny takes it all the way in from the 28 on the option play. The option play has absolutely devastated this Red Tornado offense or defense tonight.
They're running it to perfection tonight, North Schuylkill. It's unbelievable. I'd like to see what Motzny has on the night in total yardage, because I'll tell you what, he's eating up the ground here.
There were a couple really great blocks by the Spartan offense on that play to pinch the end, kick out the corner, stop one of the linebackers from pursuing. Just a great play overall.
All right, the big guy, Seneke, in to attempt the extra point. If you're Marlowe, you always hope he hits the ball, because otherwise you could kick him over the goal line. And this time he did not get it. It floated a little bit to the left, and he didn't get it, so the score remains 41-33 Red Tornadoes at the 8:13 mark of the final quarter here. I'll tell you what, guys, once again, you got to admit, you get your money's worth for your ticket in this group. I'll say that for them.
I told you, you got to put the game out of reach. Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
And it's just as we saw last week with Central Columbia, the Red Tornadoes have themselves in a position where they might be catching a little bit of momentum.
Yep.
And their opponent's able to score, and you have to say, wow, that was fast.
Now, if you're a Red Tornado, once again, if you followed them for a long time, you're going to find this to be almost unbelievable. But the Spartans now have 344 yards in total offense. It's just mind-boggling that that teams are putting these kind of numbers up.
And I think I'm certain. I've been wrong before, as you guys know very well, but that's gotta be 20 points that the Spartans have off 3 Red Tornado turnovers, converting on all 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
I don't like that he knows these kind of things, though. You know what I mean?
My memory holds a little longer than yours.
No, that's true. All right, Seneke lets it rip. Boom. Goes down. Looks like, is that Langton, I guess, coming up. Langton coming up the middle of the field. Langton makes a nice return. Langton still on his feet. Ducks under there, and Langton takes it all the way up to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. Nice field position by Langton on the return. Might be the best return of the night for the Red Tornadoes, pretty much. Gilger had one in the very beginning.
Yes, he did.
So the good field position now for the Red Tornadoes at the 8:04 mark of the game. They're up 41-33. All right, the Red Tornadoes go into an I formation now. It's a straight run look for them, and it's Gilger. And Gilger picks, Klingerman. And Klingerman all the way into Spartan territory at the Spartan 44-yard line.
Great run that time. Great block by Danny Lesko.
Again, that formation is the one that has the most success against
Sure
this
it does.
4-4. It's a straight on. You
Yep.
don't have to account for everybody along the line of scrimmage anymore.
You pick up the linebackers, the two linemen and the linebackers, and you got a beat. You got 10 yards.
They stay in the I formation. Again, it looks like a straight run formation here for the Red Tornadoes, and they do. And it's Klingerman going the other way. This time the Spartans put a little bit more effort into it, but he still takes it down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Once again, Gownley in that mix. Talk about having a game, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Number 40 down there, Matt Gownley, the senior, 5'11", 196, and he's playing dinged up. He's not at full strength, so imagine what he's like when he's completely healthy. But he is just one athlete on that red side of the ball.
And they pick up 4 yards in that play. And guys, if you're going to keep running that football, that's all you need per down.
Okay, Danny Lesko comes out this time.
Klingerman again. Klingerman, it's a nice block down there by number. He's still on his feet, actually. Nice play, and now, yeah. Well, no, that's a marker. I don't think that's a penalty flag. I didn't see a flag. At least I can't tell that. But I'll tell you what, he got a great block down there from Kelly. He really did. That was a nice block by Kelly. And then he did some extra work on his own. Now, the ball's placed down at the
there is a flag.
30. I think
there is a flag.
I think as Klingerman started making his shifty moves there in the pile.
And it's against North Schuylkill.
Yeah, I believe arms were swinging and guys were trying to bring him down, and I think somebody grabbed his face mask.
Well, it's it's going to be a 5-yard variety because they again, you don't have to worry about his face mask. Sometimes you just get your hand on his helmet, and it's in this year that's a penalty. So that's what it was. It was the 5-yard variety. They probably got a hand on his helmet or something. So the ball now placed at the 29-yard line of the Spartans. It's 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes.
Now we should be eating some time off the clock here, taking it all the way down to the 5-second mark.
All right, again, Klingerman is alone back here. And Klingerman on the carry.
Nice
Klingerman
move.
Still on his feet. And what a nice run by Klingerman inside the 25. Down to the 23. That time he made Gownley miss him.
No,
as
that
he
was
went
Grove.
by him there.
That was Grove.
Or Grove.
20.
Okay, Grove.
And based on what we've seen, what we saw early in the game and what we're seeing now as the game goes on, I think you have to wonder if maybe in the first half, Klingerman was a little rusty. Took the day. I mean, as the game goes on, it certainly seems like he's getting stronger. That shiftiness that he has to him is back.
All right, 2nd and 3 now for the Red Tornadoes from the 22-yard line of the Spartans. Again, the lone back is Klingerman. This time he tries to go outside. And this time Gallagher's not going to let him do it. A nice play by 32, Tommy Gallagher on the play. He'll be stopped around the 21-yard line there as he's getting up. Actually, just trying to get off. Him and McSurdy were like tangled together there. So they're going to place the ball down at the 22-yard line for no gain. It's 3rd down for the Red Tornadoes. 3rd and 3.
Juraski comes out from the tight end position, and Danny Lesko goes into the fullback position.
Well, I think here you just pound the ball up the middle. You got 2 downs to pick up 3 yards.
They go back into the I formation, as you guys have said. And it goes to Klingerman, and Klingerman tries to go outside. Now, Klingerman actually made a nice second effort there because he was stopped, but he has the ball inside the 20, down around the 19. He's going to be really close to a 1st down.
No,
they put it right on the 20. They put it
they
right back on the 20, so he's not as close as he was originally, but it's still going to be 4th and 1. It's 4th and 1 from the Spartan 20-yard line.
I think here you got to run it back, but you give Wasilewski the opportunity. If nobody lines up over that center, you get us that 1st down.
All right, they're going to go in a straight I formation. Les goes in front of Klingerman here. There's 2 guys out to the left here. This the Red Tornadoes side.
They overload the.
And it's Klingerman, and Klingerman is going to.
Ooh, that's
I don't
close.
know if he got it or
I
not.
don't think
I don't
he
think he did where they put it down. He's right at the 20-yard line again.
Nope.
And again, the success of that I was in the middle, not so much on the outside. So a nice play by the Spartans, and the Red Tornadoes have turned the ball over back to the Spartans as the Red Tornadoes lead 41-33. It's 1st and 10 Spartans from their own 20-yard line. Now, if you're a Spartan, if I'm a Spartan, and I'm not running the option every other play here, there's something wrong with me. I'm serious. I have to say there's something wrong with me here.
I'd run it left and right, left and right.
I mean, we have not been able to stop that option. But it's a straight pass play this time. Rodriguez goes straight back, and it's going to be intercepted by Farinaudo. Farinaudo intercepts the pass at the Red Tornado 47-yard line, and the quarterback got hit by Juraski as he let the ball go, and it was just look at the hit there. You just saw the edge of it. But what a play by the freshman, Farinaudo, number 4, and just like that, the Red Tornadoes have taken the ball over with 4:13 left. This could possibly ice the game.
You know, I think you're right, Warren. I don't think I would have run that play. You're only down by 8 points here.
No.
You know,
again, we have the joy of calling those things up here.
I understand that. No. Still,
I wouldn't have done it.
No, wait. I wouldn't have done that, but not deep. The kid has not thrown a deep ball all night.
Yeah. I mean, it was that was a tough call there, I think.
Yeah, and you saw something there, Warren, that you mentioned earlier, where they had both Gallagher and McSurdy in the same area on the field, bringing more Red Tornado defenders out there. It wasn't a one-on-one situation.
Now the Red Tornadoes go back into the I formation. It's going to be Klingerman. And again, Grove, number 20, very quickly on the play. Klingerman will pick up a yard on the play. It'll be maybe not even a yard.
Yep. I don't understand why we're not waiting for the 5-second hand to go up by the referee. You know, you're up by 8. You want to use up as much time on that clock as possible.
And again, the Red Tornadoes had success on that previous drive, getting behind the fullback, going right up the middle. And on that play, you try to misdirection. You sent the fullback one way, and Klingerman went the other, and there was nothing there.
Yeah, I like the eye when it was just a straight eye. I'm sorry, I just do. In this situation with these linebackers, I like it better.
No.
2nd and 10 out of the shotgun now for the Red Tornadoes. Kwiatkowski goes in motion, and it's going to be a straight run by the quarterback. And Wasilewski will take it up to about the 49-yard line.
And now, again,
Gownley in there making the tackle.
And you're in a situation like this, and Juraski's on the field. As big as he is, as skilled as he is, as fast as he is, you're trying to run the football, and he's split out wide.
I think he likes it out there. He comes out of the game. Here.
Well, I'm sure he does. The poor kid's been a lineman his whole life.
He likes it out there, yeah. All right, Wasilewski goes back in that huddle now. It's 3rd down and 8 from their own 49-yard line for the Red Tornadoes, and they'll come out. Wasilewski go under center. They're going to have 2 guys to the left of the formation, 1 guy to the right, Klingerman the lone back. And now Langton goes in motion across the formation, so now everybody's out in that direction, and Wasilewski keeps it. And Wasilewski
fumbles the ball, and they have recovered.
The Spartans have recovered another Red Tornado fumble. So it'll be Spartan ball at the Spartan 45-yard line, 2:26 to go in the game. The Red Tornadoes, again, lead 41-33. But have done everything you can do in a game to try to lose it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just been a comedy of errors, and they're still winning the game somehow. So we're going to call a timeout on the field. So timeout now on the field. I'm not sure who. That's the Spartan timeout. They called it there. So they have 2 left here for the game. But just been, again, it's just you can't reason what happens to the Red Tornadoes. You just can't get your arms around what goes wrong with them.
And as we just point out again and again, for reasons unbeknownst to us, it seems like as soon as the Red Tornadoes find something that works, they go to something else.
Well, and actually that's funny. So, if you remember, and I'm not comparing one coach the other good or bad, but I'm saying if you remember Mike Brennan, when he found something that really did something for him, they'd stay in that the whole game if they had to until they stopped him. I mean, he was one of those guys that just keeps pounding at you that way. Now, that's not coach. First of all, it's not coach defense as a philosophy. He's a multiple offense guy, and that you're going to win and lose by that no matter what. And obviously, he's winning, so you can't deny that. But sometimes in a gut out game like this, you got to find your little niche there, and you got to just run it and be done with it. or throw it. I mean, again, depending on what the Spartans are giving you. Now, they did back off a little bit in the second half, but not a lot. I mean, you look at their lineup right here. You know, when they lined up a defense before, they didn't do much. Now, they're in a shotgun now on offense for Grigas.
That's
It's going to be an option play. And it goes inside to Grigas, and Grigas will pick up some yards out to midfield, about 5 yards on the play. Stopped down there by Zosh and Candelora.
I think that time if Eric Juraski would have taken the quarterback, there would have been a big loss because we had enough coverage on the pitch man.
Mm-hmm. So a second down and call it second down and 6. He only picked up 4 on the plays after the 49. Again, the same look for Grigas now as he's in that shotgun.
Going the
and it's going to go
opposite
the
way.
opposite way to Motzny. And Motzny dropped the ball.
on the ground.
The ball's on the ground along
And
the
there's-
midfield stripe, but it
There's
looks
a
like they
flag.
recovered it.
There's also a flag in the middle of the field right here.
That time he got a little anxious as he pitched it, and it looks like Gownley. What else? But Gownley comes up with the ball. Gownley, my goodness, how a kid can play so hard all game. There's a minute 47 seconds left in this ball game. It's 3rd and 6, but now we're going to see the penalty. It is against, and it's a chop block against the Spartan. It's going to be a big one. That's a second chop block tonight against the Spartans.
And you can almost see there. We saw a couple replays where the pitch taker there, he had his head upfield.
Right.
That was Motzny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Motzny's the pitch man. I mean, he's the speedster there on the team.
So that's a 10-yard penalty, which puts the ball back at the 20, where are we at here? 39-yard line. 39-yard line. Now it's going to be second down about 17
Yep.
for the Spartans with 1:47 left. And he goes into an I formation now. So Grigas will go under center now with Gownley behind him and Motzny behind Gownley. And it's going to come the other way. And it's going to be Motzny again, and this time Motzny's
And he's
loose.
got
And
the
Motzny's
corner.
down along the Red Tornado sideline of Motzny. Takes it out of bounds in Red Tornado territory at the Red Tornado 38-yard line.
They are blocking that pitch. The lead blocker and the pulling guard are blocking excellent and kicking out the corner and the end each time. And as soon as Motzny hits that corner, he's turning upfield.
Yeah, and that's something that I was just thinking about is you take that big loss on the chop block, but your offense hasn't been picking up first downs today.
No.
It's been the big play. It doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 50.
Right.
You think the option is going to the left this time, to the white side of the field.
All right. We're out of that shotgun. The two backs are behind him. It's kind of an odd-looking shotgun, but there it is. Motzny on the pitch. Motzny looking for some room. Motzny has some room along
And
the
he's
sideline,
around the
and he's
corner.
loose. And it's going to take Juraski to take him out of bounds, but deep in Red Tornado territory.
And now, again, they continue to run this, and you see the Red Tornadoes, the defensive end, when he comes up, is ready to take the quarterback and force him to make that pitch. The problem is there's nobody there to pick up Motzny.
Right.
They put the ball down at the 10, let's see, they're at the 10, 14, or is it the 14? Let's see, 10,
Timeout, Mount Carmel.
20, no, is that the 17-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. A minute 24 left. The score 41-33 in favor of the Red Tornadoes. The Spartans now threatening in this game here.
And I think given where we are in this game, we're down inside the red zone, under a minute and a half to play. We're looking at an 8-point game here instead of a 7-point game. That's something I think you need to take into consideration. Just getting into the end zone in this case isn't going to be enough where you can count on an extra point.
Is he telling me to take things into consideration?
I think he
Is
did.
that what you
I
just think he heard? I heard there?
No, I did. I did hear that.
Well,
Yep.
well. I should take that into consideration now. We've crossed another barrier up in this booth tonight, folks. Oh, my word.
Well, it seems like every week we're in these games where it's going to come down to one possession.
Yeah, I'll
and
tell you what.
there's just so much that goes into it.
These games wear you out, for crying out loud. just watching the thing.
I mean, it's to the point where when something happens midway through the first quarter, my mind's already calculating how's this going to affect the end of the game because it happens all the time.
That's a good point. You're right. All right, the Spartans come out 1st and 10 from the Red Tornado 17. They're in an I formation. Gownley in front of Motzny. And it's going to be Gownley right up the middle. And Gownley,
and walks
touchdown,
in.
North Schuylkill. Gownley takes it right up the gut for a 17-yard run.
Well, you know, you set them up going right, going left with Motzney. Motzney takes it all the way down to the 15-yard line. And this time they fake Motzney to the left and put Gownley up through the middle. And he walked in.
Now it's 41-39, folks. This is a 2-point coming up here now.
And this is a spot down near the goal line here. You only need 2 yards. That option is deadly. From this point of view, all you need is just an inch on the corner.
Minute 19 in the game. A 2-point conversion coming up for the Spartans to tie the game. And again, it'll be Gownley in front of Motzney in the formation. Rodriguez is under center.
And
it's an option. You're right. He called it. And he's going to scoot around and
he got in.
He took it in. He took it in. Second effort by Motzney, and he put it in. He beat Farinato in the corner there, and he couldn't keep him out.
I'm trying to
That was close. That was close.
That's Kwiatkowski.
I'm sorry, Kwiatkowski, not Farinato. Kwiatkowski was had a hold of him. The score's tied, ladies and gentlemen. 41-41 at the 1:19 mark of the fourth quarter.
And that's exactly what I meant. When you're coming up field like that, it's not uncommon to make contact with somebody and happen to fall over them for a yard or two. And when you're only 2 yards away from tying this football game, I think it was a great play call.
Spartans will be kicking to the Red Tornadoes. Langton and Gilger deep for the Red Tornadoes. Now, to be truthful with you, if you're looking at an overtime game here now, North Schuylkill has 409 yards total offense. It's almost hard to say. It's almost hard to say that that's what's happened.
The other thing that's hard to say is 82 points on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Between two teams.
Starting to wonder. All right, Seneca says the Bigfoot is ready. The big club as he kicks him.
You think he's glad they got that 2-point conversion?
All right. Red Tornadoes will get one more shot here as Seneca kicks it deep down along the 20-yard line. It's Gilger, and Gilger comes upfield.
Ball's out.
Gilger fumbled the ball. Now, I don't know if he was down or not. They're not signaling that yet. They didn't signal a fumble here, so let me see what they're doing. He was down when the ball popped out.
We got the replay here. We can see.
So, yeah.
He's hurt, though.
Gilger's still down on the field, so timeout on the field.
And it sort of looked like his leg was held in one position and his body was still moving forward.
All right, so they'll tend to Gilger down there on the field. Minute 13 remaining in the ball game. The Red Tornadoes will have the ball along the 40-yard line, their own 40-yard line, where they'll take it 1st and 10.
You got a minute and 13, 2 timeouts. You've thrown the ball very well. You got a chance to get down the field. But the question is going to be, how do you want to do it? Do you want to nickel and dime down the field? Wasilewski is extremely accurate on those quick hitters, and you'd have to assume that the Spartan defense is going to give it to you, not wanting to give a big play. So there's, again, just a lot of strategy that goes into this kind of stuff.
Now, folks, this injury is going to be a little more serious than you hope. I can tell right away by the way they're acting here that Gilger might be a little bit more injured than you'd ever want. We'll wait and see how that happens, but he's now surrounded by a group of people. Both teams have gone to the sideline. Interestingly enough, the way they do that now, the coach has to stand a little farther back from them. He's not right in the huddle all the time during the injury timeout. So the training staff attends to Gilger now. That's a good sign, is that he's up at least. You're right. His leg was really pinched in a weird position as he came upfield. So Gilger gingerly walking off. So that's great news, though, because at first it looked a little more serious than that. But looks like he may be okay after a while. And that's easy for me to say. My leg's not screaming in pain right now. But all right. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. Deuceman, number 2, comes into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes now.
I think the Tornadoes have to set up some plays here. hit to the outside, get out of bounds, hit to the outside, go out of bounds, and then go deep.
Red Tornadoes have 2 timeouts.
I think it's going to be important and be interested to see if they leave anybody in the backfield with Washaleski to give them an extra second or two to get rid of that football.
He's going to put a trips formation out here to the short side of the field, the left side. He looks downfield, and he's got a man now. Whether he stayed in bounds or not, I'm not sure. It's going to be Duran, and Duran does stay in bounds up at the 47. A little short of the first down.
He got out of bounds.
No,
but he does make the reception.
Yeah, I didn't know if he caught it in bounds the way he was down along the sideline there, but he did. So you're right. The clock stopped at the 1:08 mark. It's going to be 2nd down and about 2 for the Red Tornadoes.
Now you can afford to maybe take a shot here if you want to take a shot, knowing you should be able to pick it up on 3rd and short and keep the drive going.
They're going to reset it. A minute. It was a minute and 8.
Minute and 8, yeah.
And now it's down to 56 seconds. They took more time off the clock. Went from 108 to 56. And now it's running. He didn't get out of bounds.
Klingerman on the carry. Again, Gownley on the stop for the Spartans. 47 seconds remaining in the ball game. The ball now in Spartan territory at the Spartan 46-yard line.
And they got to get this play in if they're not going to use a timeout. Well, you got to call a timeout or something.
Well, it's down to 35.
This game's going to go to
overtime.
overtime.
Let's go.
Caught by Duran. He caught the ball inside the 40 down at the 37-yard line. There's 23 seconds left on the clock. Now they're going to have to get lined up. The clock stopped for the first down marker to move. Now the first down marker didn't move yet, so they're not at a first down. It's second. It's only.
Now they have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, it's second down and 2.
And I got to be honest with you. I thought Coach Carm was signaling for a timeout with about 26 seconds on the clock, and the whistle started blowing. And now you're looking, it's 22.2. So that's 3 almost 4 valuable seconds.
Well, they took a lot of. I think they took a lot of time off us. And some poor clock management by the referees here, but. That's neither here nor there at this point. It's 23 seconds left in this ball game. The score is tied 41-41. Now the Red Tornadoes are continuing to argue the time thing.
They're leaving it there.
But yeah, he's not going to budge on it.
No, he's not going to budge.
No, and I mean, I was standing here watching the clock, and I didn't see any time run as much as it looked like it went from 108 to 56 as a reset.
Yeah, you're right.
And then it was just started up again by the official, and you would think that had they made the Mount Carmel coaching staff aware of that, what was going to happen, they would have called the timeout.
The other thing is that, somebody has to talk to Washaleski a little bit.
Sure.
On a little bit of time management. You're the quarterback. You have to get in there real quick. You got to run the play. You can't stand there and look around.
And this is what we talked about at Montoursville as Mount Carmel drove down the field. You have to call at least 2 plays when you have a timeout here. So in the event that you don't pick up a first down, you can get it rolling again.
All right, it's 2nd and 2 for the Red Tornadoes from the 38-yard line of the Spartans.
You got to have a timeout. There's confusion.
Timeout, and they're still confused.
All right, out of the shotgun now for Washaleski. He has a twins formation, 2 right, 2 left, straight drop back. Looks downfield. He lofts it downfield.
Oof.
And it's going to go incomplete. He was trying to hit Verano, but he was well covered that time. McSurdy was down deep. Mochny was right with him. And it'll fall incomplete, and there's only 16 seconds left here.
They're in a prevent defense, that's for sure. There were 6 red jerseys down there covering right in the middle of the field where Verano was.
You saw in that replay, it was lucky Verano got a hand up and was able to pop that ball over the safety over the top, or that could have been an interception.
All right, 3rd and 2 now. Shotgun formation for the Red Tornadoes. They're right. Big prevent defense. He still throws it deep to Duran in the corner. And Duran has it. And Duran down to the 3-yard line. 8 seconds left on the clock. Timeout, Red Tornadoes.
I'll tell you what.
No, they're going to clock it. They're not calling a timeout.
They have to.
They're trying to get up and clock this ball. Guys, get on the line.
I mean, Duran called timeout, though. You're not going to let him call it? There's 8 seconds left here. They're bringing they don't have to bring the yard marker down because it's down on the 4-yard line.
No, it's down on the 2.
And they are going to give it to him.
Well, no, it's not. Well, they're saying, okay, yeah, you're right. The scoreboard says the 4, but it's actually the 2. So, my goodness gracious. Now, those precious seconds now, this is where those seconds come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
They absolutely come back to haunt you now. Wasted time at the end of this game, and now that's going to be one play, and it's either going to go in the end zone or it's not, and you're going to either score or you don't, and you'll be in overtime. It's as simple as that.
There's a thought.
Well, we're debating whether they're going to try to kick a field goal here because only 8 seconds left. That'll be something we didn't count on or see before either. So why not? We've seen anything else. And yes, they are going to attempt a field goal. The Red Tornadoes will attempt a field goal. The ball is on the 2-yard line.
Is there anything we haven't seen this season?
No. Jose's saying it's just an extra point, and that's what it is. It's from the 2-yard line, and now timeout Spartans as they try to do the freeze thing. I never know if that has any effect whatsoever on anybody other than us, other than like the fans are the only people that actually suffer from the second timeout all the time. Because normally, like, I have to go to the bathroom right when that happens, and so you got to, now I'm got my legs crossed and everything else.
Well, at least Coach Geist called it before the ball was about to be snapped. You see all the time they call it, and the guy misses the first time, and then you give him a second chance at it.
Yeah. So you've seen it all, folks. You really did. It's going to come down to Robbie Verano's foot and a field goal attempt, the first field goal attempt of the year for the Red Tornadoes.
Unofficially, right now, Zach has 3:08. The single game record is his brother's 3:09.
Oh my goodness gracious! We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk about that after the game here. All right, here it is. For the ball game, Verano lines up for a field goal from the 2-yard line. Ball is down and up, and he kicked the field goal. It is good, ladies and gentlemen. Robbie Verano with 4 seconds on the clock. The Red Tornadoes 44, the Spartans 41. The 2-yard line. So it looks like a 22-yard field goal officially, depending where that ball was in the 2 or the 3. But about a 22-yard field goal for the Red Tornadoes, and they have taken the lead with 4 seconds left in the ball game. 44-41. Folks, it can't get any more entertaining, but I'm not going to be able to survive many more games like this. I'm telling you right now. I am not going to be able to survive many more like this. My goodness, folks, what else could you see tonight? But we'll let this game finish here. But again, the alarming thing here is this defense just could not stop an offense that wasn't all that potent. I mean, the bottom line is it wasn't all that potent, and look what we made it tonight.
Not for 409 yards.
Mount Carmel area has piled up 504 yards on offense tonight.
And we
404 yards on offense tonight in the game. It's incredible. It's just incredible.
We said it earlier. If you're going to give up 400 yards, you better be able to,
to
gain 400 yards yourself.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here's a point here. If he doesn't put the ball on the ground, let it squib around for 4 seconds.
Mm-hmm. And you got to tell the kids, don't go and try and blow somebody up. Be sure.
He does.
But there's a problem.
It's going to be down right there at the 46-yard line. It's down. 2 seconds left on the clock. One more play for the Spartans here tonight.
Should have went just a little bit further.
Okay, here's a thought. What's your play? I mean, you need 50 yards. You got to run. You got to throw it, but are you going to have enough time to get it out of there?
I do the option.
I mean, gee, it's been It's been that effective.
I'd run the option. It's the biggest play they have.
It's been that effective from everywhere on the field.
I got to take an antacid pill. I'm telling you, this is too much. This is just too much.
It's the most points ever scored by a losing team.
Oh Lord, Jose, we'll go over all this. Let's get this last 2 seconds out so I can relax a second here, and then we'll go through all the goofiness that went on in this game tonight. Jose, we're out of pencil tonight trying to keep track of this thing.
Now, the best thing that can happen is that you put a lot of pressure here so nobody gets downfield.
One word, just one thought. Don't let anybody behind you.
Yeah, Red Tornado's in a total prevent. Rodriguez is in a shotgun formation. He has a trips formation out to his right side. He looks downfield.
And
he lets it rip.
Way deep.
It's going to be intercepted by Robbie Verano.
What a game.
And the game, ladies and gentlemen, is over. Could Robbie Verano have done anything else tonight?
No.
I mean, could Robbie Verano have done anything else tonight? And the game is over, ladies and gentlemen. The Red Tornadoes have won 44-41 here at Gauche Orthodontics Field. We're going to wrap this things up. Jose's going to need a little extra time, guys, to go through the 50,000. He's done, so we'll go right to Jose and go over some of the things that happened tonight because it was happening so fast I couldn't keep track of it all.
We'll do stats real quick. First, for North Schuylkill, 37 rushes for 316 yards, 4 of 18 passing for 93, 409 yards in offense and 12 first downs. For Mount Carmel, 38 rushes for 96 yards, probably our least production of the year, I believe. I'm less Southern, I'm not positive. 14 of 19 for 308 for Zach Wasilewski.
Wait to hear this.
And unofficially,
Wait to hear this.
I'm going to check this when I go home because it's too close to not to. His brother's single game best is 309. The game against Chichester, I believe.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Remember it well.
And he has 308 for the second best single game passing ever in Mount Carmel history. Robbie Verano finishes with the catches seem almost meaningless at this point because the field goal will be remembered like Chuck Smells' field goal.
Yes.
Six catches for 227 yards. Eric Juraski had 3 for 20. Tyler Kwiatkowski 2 for 17, and Elijah Duran, who was silent most of the night, 3 for 44 on the last drive to put us in this position. Before we kicked the field goal, another thing about this game, it would have been the most points scored in a loss by us, again, for the 4th time this year.
I was going to say, that's a recurring nightmare.
It is now the most points ever scored by the opposition in a loss, the old record being 40 by Pius back in 2006, I think, or 2005. A heck of a game, a big win for Mount Carmel. To quantify it, I don't even know if it's possible, but what a great win for Mount Carmel. I'm going to give the mic back to Jimmy. I'd like to run down and see some of the guys.
Oh, sure, go ahead.
But
sure.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Are you coming home with us?
I'll see you later.
Okay, all right. We'll find you before we go home. All right. Again, guys, this is the kind of thing that makes you wonder. It's a